If you've suffered an injury due to a defective device, dangerous drug, or negligence, what should you do? Well, attorney Desiree Minder from Catania is back to discuss this. That's quite the list. But first, Desiree, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having us back.
Okay, so you tackle all these topics, and I got to say, this one's a big topic because it sounds like there's quite a few things that you could be affected by, and people need to know, do I get help? Do I not get help?
Yes. So as soon as you start noticing, for instance, if you are prescribed a certain medication and there's side effects that you didn't know were a possibility, you should talk to your doctor and call an attorney and see if there's other people who are experiencing this. Some of the more common drugs right now that are having a lot of problems is Xarelto. You'll see that online a lot. That's causing a lot of side effects for people. And then the opioid crisis has really impacted a lot of people so that there's overdoses that are accidental. And it's just not something that you consider when your doctor is prescribing you medication.
Because a lot of times you get that prescription and sometimes you don't ask questions, you just do what your doctor says.
Yeah, because you trust your doctor, and even the doctor, a lot of times they're prescribing the medication trusting that the drug company has run all the tests and they've put the time and the effort into making sure that it's not going to harm somebody. But the manufacturers and the distributors maybe rushed it along a little bit, and now they're coming up with new side effects that can be really life-affecting.
And I know the one thing that stuck out to me there was a defective device. So what do you mean by defective devices?
So there's a couple different things that we mean by the term defective device. For instance, one could be something that's surgically implanted, such as the hernia mesh or hip replacements. There are a few manufacturers of hip replacements right now, and it is causing some severe life-changing impairments for people that with other devices that have been placed in, they were unaware of. Other topics that we talk about when we're talking about defective devices is maybe something that's in your household, such as a coffee maker or coffee machine that has a short in it. And it's occurring in a lot of households and causing severe fires, or even in some situations where people are having severe burns because the device just wasn't manufactured properly or didn't have the proper wordings on how to use it and how not to use it.
Now, you mentioned we were talking about drugs, you mentioned the manufacturer. When it comes to like defective devices and things, who are parties in any of these cases that can be held responsible?
Sure. A lot of times it's anybody who's in the chain of distribution. So it's usually going to start from the top with the manufacturer and the people who are supposed to be providing the proper warnings, and then goes along through the distribution process. So people who are selling these products can also be held accountable.
Is this something you see a lot in your practice? Are there a lot of examples out there?
There really are. One of the good ways to find out if you have sustained an injury and if other people have a class action against this product or manufacturer already, you can actually just do a very simple search online to see. The government has their own websites that says where there's recalls, why there's recalls, who is currently being sued, or you can contact us at Catania because we do handle a lot of these different products and seek recovery from drug companies as well. And we'll be happy to tell you what types of time frame you're looking at, because everyone's different, and where your symptoms kind of fall and what we can do to help.
And I think the big thing to point out too is if you do call, you have a free consultation. So it's no charge for people to come in and talk with you, right?
Yes, no charge at all. We will be happy to look at medical records too, to ensure that you have everything that you need in place. If this is the route that you would like to go, if this is something that you need to seek recovery for, we'll definitely look over your medical records. We'll talk to other people who have been in similar circumstances as well, and talk to experts to see what we can do to help.
Good stuff. Thank you so much for coming in and talking about this. And it's always good to have somebody on your side no matter what you're dealing with. So if you're interested in having anybody from Desiree or Desiree's team, well, be sure to give her a call. There's the phone number and website on your screen. And again, don't forget about that free legal consultation. Thank you again for coming in, Desiree.